Hi Precious, welcome to my channel. This is Empress Abuna. If you've not subscribed, please do. It's free to subscribe. So I am here with a review and a demo of how I use one of my first Korean skincare products, and it is the Klairs Supple Preparation Facial Toner. I got this mini size to test out and it's been amazing, so I've decided to do a review, and of course I'll be buying the bigger bottle. So let's get into the review. Okay, so for the most part it's supposed to be a moisturizing skincare program, and it has phyto oligo, and it balances the pH level of your skin. It's deep moisturizing, it cleanses and soothes. And the direction says apply on clean face, gently pat all over your face using your palms, pat remaining product into the skin until fully absorbed, and in case you have any reaction you have to stop using it. So that is the instruction on it. This is the 1 ounce, that's 1 fluid ounce 30 ml that I got, and there is a bigger bottle. As I said, this version, this yellow one, is the scented one. They have the new one which is unscented, and that one comes in a purplish kind of bottle wrapper. So this is very popular among a lot of K-beauty lovers, and that's the reason why I got it. I wanted to see what the hype was, so to use it. Now this is supposed to be patted into the skin. So what I do is, this is my face washed, no toner, nothing. So I use my first toner, which is the Klairs Witch Hazel, and I put some in cotton. Just like that, then I wipe. So that removes any leftover dirt from the skin, even as it provides the extra moisture. This is something like the 3 skin or 7 skin. But I'm yet to use an essence toner. Well, I've tried an essence toner, but I'll be getting a bigger one to use for the 3 skins or the 3 toner techniques for the K-beauty. So this is more like 2 toners. So I do that, and I allow it to just dry a bit. Okay, so it dries. This has a very thick consistency. The first time I got it, I wasn't happy with it. It just it sat on my skin. I didn't feel it penetrating so much. The skin tone, the same thing. Then I realized probably it was because I hadn't exfoliated. My skin was clogged. So I decided to exfoliate and then use the toner. It was amazing for my skin when I did that. So if you're going to use toners, be sure that your skin is very clean before you do, especially for toners that are thick. The Klairs is a very light one, so you start off with a light one and move on to a thicker one, not the reverse. So this is very thick, and I put a few drops, so it's plain. It's thick. Okay. It smells good. And as I said, this is a scented one. As for toners, I'm quite heavy-handed with them, and immediately it starts drying up. So even though it has a thick consistency, it glides on the skin easily. Okay, that's what I do. Now, I do not pat it in because I find that it just feels tacky for me when I do that. So after doing this, I just allow it to soak in, and that's when yeah, I don't do the pattern. I don't feel like it helps my skin absorb products. That's just me. So find what works for you. So that is it, and just allow it to dry. If we're going to use any active, this is the time, and it takes less than a minute to dry. There is no residue whatsoever. As I said, the scent is very sweet, but it doesn't linger. After application, you don't smell it again. The other thing is very hydrating. Of course, it's supposed to give a lot of moisture, so it's extremely hydrating. Amazing for those with dry skin, or for those who do not want to use hyaluronic acid. This toner will be amazing for you. Then the next one is the balances pH level. That is what toners are supposed to do anyway. It's supposed to restore the pH of your skin, or even lower it so that the actives can go on. And so this is the second claim on the bottle. So if you're looking for something or a toner that would help with your pH, this is there. The next one is the wet supple preparation. I was like, why is this supple preparation? And then I realized that it had very soothing ingredients, and one of them is hyaluronate. Hyaluronate is a version of hyaluronic acid, and so obviously you're going to get a lot of hydration from using it. I guess I have answered all the questions, and I'll insert what phyto oligo is. It's an interesting find. I'll insert it here so that you read it for yourself. But this has been a staple for me. These two toners have been in my stash, and that's why I'm upgrading to the bigger bottle, because even this mini one has lasted me months. I tend to use it like 4 times in a week. So if I get the big one, you can imagine how long it will last. The next thing I want to talk about is in terms of application, always make sure that your hands are clean before you apply. I realize that if I touch any other thing before applying, it feels sticky. It's like, for example, if I apply my hair products before applying my toner, then I'm just transferring that onto my skin. And with this toner in particular, because it has a thick consistency, you feel it on your fingers that there's something else on it. So when I'm going to apply it, I make sure I do so before I do any other thing. And even with my skincare, I've learned to do it first before any other thing with my hair or my body. So for me, it's been amazing, and I've seen a lot of amazing reviews. So yeah, it's a go-to for me when it comes to hydrating toners. The next thing I'll talk about, probably the last one, if you are using actives, especially toners with actives, then I'll suggest that you get this and alternate with it to hydrate your skin, because those toners can be very dry. So this will become a hydrating toner that you alternate with on days you're not using toners with active. There are a lot of toners these days with active, so you have to look out for moisture ones when you are buying them. So on that note, that is my review, and I'll be back with another review, but I'll just pull up with my moisturizer now that is dry, and I'm done for the day. So I want you to see that when you let it dry, it's easy to apply the next product. If you don't, and you attempt to put it on the wet skin with a toner in it, it's just going to be so hard to apply the product. I find that the product doesn't sit very well when I don't allow my skin to dry. So after using it, I allow my skin to really dry, absorb everything. Then I follow up with my oil or my moisturizer, or if I'm using my niacinamide or vitamin C serum, then I'll follow up with that. But I allow it to. I once mixed it with vitamin C serum to apply, and I noticed that it did melt the powdery, gritty substance, but it was so hard to massage it in. So I always make sure I allow my skin to dry. I'm mixing my HA with the vitamin C serum, then I apply. If I'm going to use a moisturizer straight away like I did for today, I just apply the moisturizer on the skin that has dried up. So that is my review of Dear Klairs, and I'll be back with more reviews. If you've not tried any of the K Beauty, this will be a good start for you. There's always a mini size to start. Stay blessed, nothing less. Bye bye.